Hello, my astrology friends. This is Lada from astrolada.com here with my guest, monthly guest, Krasi Attasio, who will lead us through the month of July using sidereal astrology, and then she will cover each of the 12 signs for each ascendant or moon using sidereal and tropical astrology. But you have to know that she uses the interpretation for the sidereal as the main uh, uh, source of information. Hello, Krasi.
Thank you, Wada. Hello, everyone. Yes. Wada, so many events we have in July. We will be speaking about July. Yes. We'll be looking at the 12 ascendants, as Wada said. And well, today, actually, 19th of June, is the first lunar moment of the appearance of the moon. In the position of the summer solstice. Very powerful day for many, many things. The sun is in Gemini, where the sun is like exalted, very powerful position of the sun, exactly in the point of the solstice. And the moon appears in the vicinity of the two great twins, which are Pollux and Castor. And according to the Babylonian mythology, these are Gilgamesh and Enkidu. And one of them, Gilgamesh, was king in the ancient Ur in Babylon, and he also had blood of divinity because his mother was a goddess, and he was the one who was a very powerful warrior, giant. He has martial qualities. And then we have the other, but people can read the story. It's very, very interesting story, very astrological, by the way. And the other twin, Enkidu, was wild, more connected to the nature. In the beginning, they had war, then they became friends. It's very, I will not say the whole story, but anyhow, the moon appears more in the vicinity of Enkidu, the one which is more natural, more connected with nature, not really divinity, he's a human. And also, with the appearance of the moon, Saturn is creating harmonious trine to the moon from Aquarius, sidereal Aquarius. This is very good because to me, clearly, this is enhancing our connection with nature. Like this will be a step further to like people who are choosing to live in the nature, people who are abandoning the city and are choosing to produce their own food. It's like a very beautiful turning point to me, this particular trine, moon, sun, even with Saturn, who is retrograde. So this is the other event. Just 2 days ago, Saturn became retrograde, to be retrograde until November. And actually this is more benevolent because classically Saturn is the classical traditional malefic planet, the seventh from the celestial spheres, the one who is very high hierarchically, who decides on the destinies. He allowed in Babylon, in his incarnation as Ninurta, the big float. He opened the gates. So see how important he is for our karma. And he, being the traditional malefic, is retrograde. It is believed that as such he's a little bit less malefic. I would already confirm that, since what you could see Saturn in horoscopes of people retrograde, not that malefic really. He can even be associated with better financial results when retrograde. Anyhow, he will be in Aquarius. He turned retrograde in the vicinity of Fomalhaut, one of the 4 royal stars associated with spirituality. So we are talking here about important spiritual message to us, the humans, and trying to Enkidu, the moon in Enkidu, nature, connection with nature, choosing really this feature, in the zodiac, the nature. So this is one thing. Then we have Venus turning retrograde towards the end of the month. she will be passing through shortly, not shortly, almost a month, until end of August almost. She will be in Leo. At that time, you will be having, but we'll speak about this in August. It's interesting, we just mentioned this with you, triple conjunction of invisible planets, Mars, Mercury, Venus. This will be interesting, but this we leave for August. Anyhow, Venus retrograde to me is not a scary thing at all. Makes us a little bit stuck in past loves, past friendships, past hobbies, past talents. We can benefit from that. This can help us really solve past and unresolved love matters. She can make us really think about, maybe with melancholy about the past. I really don't see Venus as bad when retrograde. The thing is that while retrograde, she will be afflicted by Saturn. And this classically produces a little bit more expenditures, limits our joy a little bit, you know. But, well, Jupiter is making a trine, which is helpful. But anyhow, we need to prepare also for this phase of Venus. She's totally not bad in Leo. In the ancient scripts, you would see her on cuneiforms as Athena, as Inanna from Akkad, with the lion. She's lovely with the lion. She loves the lion. So she's totally not bad in Leo, but afflicted. And this affliction is restrictive. This affliction is like a jealous father who doesn't allow his daughter to see just everyone. You know, this will be, I think.
I like how you describe it. Yeah.
Other thing is, any moment Mars turns invisible. Now, this is a little bit trickier. Mars invisible, I think, is malefic. And he will be, until next year, he will be, the end of the month, he turns invisible. To be invisible until next year, well, we have to, especially, you know, people who are very much under the influence of Mars, or who know to have not well-placed Mars in their horoscopes, they need to watch out a little bit more. Let's say you have Mars in a daily horoscope, like me, then you need to be a little bit more careful, because Mars is nocturnal night planet. He's more benevolent, more helpful, more giving, more generous in the night horoscopes. Also, if you have Leo, Aries ascendant, Scorpio ascendant, Moon in these positions, now if you have powerful presence of Mars, you certainly need to be alert, more cautious when you drive, more cautious not to get into risky situations, disputes, arguments. I think this is important to know. Anyhow, well, the thing is, astrology serves us to give the indication, and then we already can change the reality simply by knowing, by placing the intention. This is certainly what I strongly believe in, Wada. So these are the main things. And yes, when you have appearance of the moon in Gemini, of course, media, of course, astrology, like Mercurian science, of course, knowledge, of course, speech, teaching, studying will be emphasis of travel too, by the way, will be emphasis of the month. Very, very, very important, and in a way benevolent. I forgot. Today now we've got this very rare placement, exact sextile Saturn Jupiter, which can happen once again in 14 years. See, this I almost forgot. Now this is a benevolent situation because Jupiter is powerful in Aries, and then Saturn is equally powerful, even more, actually, in Aquarius. And we know that when these two are harmoniously placed with each other, this is very good, especially financially, because, you know, Jupiter can be giving the abundance, but Saturn needs to allow it, if you want. He's the one who says the karma allows it. Therefore, this is good. And people who have Aquarius ascendant, Aquarius descendant, powerful Saturn, important, powerful Jupiter in their horoscope, Aries ascendants, Aries or Aquarius midheavens should be able to feel this financially, in terms of better financial results, in terms of better achievements, in terms of gains and better financial results for sure, because this is a good also gains in general, not only finances. This sextile is quite rare and is quite good.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention before Krasi starts for the 12 signs that she's doing a promotion till July for 12 months reading with her, live reading, 45 minutes. It's $140 only, down from $200 for the next 10-15 days. I'll put the link below if you're interested to contact her. Krasi always gives great promotions. That's a rare reading, the 12 months. She hasn't done it for a while. So if you like a prediction with Krasi for 12 months ahead, you know, the link is below.
Thank you, Ada. We chose to be 12 months reading because you have now the summer solstice moment, which is appropriate. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting with the 12 ascendants. We have people who have Aries ascendant or moon in Aries. This is sidereal. If you don't know, if you prefer to use the tropical astrology, this will be ascendant Taurus. For you, quite good actually. Jupiter with Rahu are on your ascendant, and this sextile, which is taking place now between Saturn and Jupiter, is happening from your 11th towards your first house ascendant, and this is benevolent. This should give you good results in many ways. Financially, luck should create for the next minimum next 30 days. Luckier opportunities should be better. Also, in terms of projects, plans, social circle, friends, gains, and personal plans as well. Now, of course, the first lunar crescent for you appeared on your 3rd house, Gemini. This is a benevolent appearance because Jupiter is creating harmonious aspect and is benevolent for teaching, study, enhancing your courage, because the 3rd house is very much associated with courage. It is about travel, it is about study, it is about communication, media projects. So this is very fine for the month of July. Now, of course, you have to be a little bit careful. Mars is on your 4th house. Yes, Venus is softening his energy a little bit, but watch out. Make sure that you have harmonious communication with parents, at home, at work, because Mars rules your ascendant. And he on your 4th house is not really very, very well placed. So you have to watch out a little bit. To stay away from risky situations, stay away from disputes and conflicts. But Jupiter and Saturn have very good role, and I believe July will be good for you. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Taurus or moon in Taurus, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Gemini. Now for you, the moon appears for the first time on your 2nd house. The moon appears with trine from Saturn on the 3rd, sextile from Saturn, from Jupiter on your 12th house. This can be very benevolent for healing, can be helpful for your finances, communication. Actually, Saturn is already retrograde, but this will be long. This will be until November. On your 10th house, the sextile that he's forming with Jupiter is from your 10th to your 12th houses. This can help you because, yes, he would be squaring your ascendant, which means that you may need to be a little bit more self-disciplined, careful. But on the other hand, Saturn retrograding can give you the chance to revisit, reanalyze your projects, communication, your career place, communication with superiors. Jupiter, on the other hand, will help you to solve matters to overpower hidden enemies, to find solutions for health matters. Now, end of the month, Venus is turning retrograde. Temporarily, she will be in Leo. This is a little bit weak position. Also, Venus in Cancer is in a bit weak position. Make sure that you maintain healthy lifestyle, that you work on your courage. Venus in the third house, this is associated with courage. She can give you, she's a little bit weak, but still with Mars on your third house means you may need to watch out a little bit when you travel, when you communicate. You may need to work in bit in this direction, communication with people, negotiations. This will not be the most appropriate time for communication and negotiations. But in general, Saturn Jupiter sextile is also very helpful for you. And with self-discipline, being a little bit more careful, you will be able also to maintain a financially normal month. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Gemini or moon in Gemini, or if you're following the tropical astrology, this would be Cancer. The first appearance of the moon now, 19th of June, appears right on your ascendant in the vicinity of the very natural twin Castor. This is Enkidu from the mythological story. Very good for your studies, communication. Saturn trines from your ninth house to support revisiting of unfinished education, unfinished schools, unfinished revisiting projects, revisiting places, let's say abroad. Jupiter is in your 11th house, sixth out by Saturn. Financially, this is fine for you. For having good relationship with friends, with your social circle, also fine. I think the month July will be benevolent for you. Now watch out a little bit how you make financial decisions, because Mars and Venus are on your second house. You may need to watch out a little bit how you make financial decisions. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Cancer or moon in Cancer, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Leo. Now you have Mars fallen on your ascendant. This will be the case until end of the month. You have Venus on your ascendant. She's also not very powerful on your ascendant, but still helpful and makes Mars's influence a little bit softer. So this is fine. Anyhow, during the month of July, you may need to watch out a little bit how you negotiate, how you travel. Don't get involved into risky situations. Be a little bit more cautious. Make sure you maintain healthy lifestyle. The Jupiter-Saturn sextile for you happens on good places to support your career, to support your finances. Saturn on your 8th house can help you to revisit financial situation, which is from the past, which is about unexpected financial sources or money of the others or the money of a partner. So actually the retrograde motion of Saturn on your 8th house sextiling Jupiter can be benevolent, can help you resolve, revisit financial situations from the past. Saturn can make you revisit knowledge of occultism, esoterics, help you resolve anxieties, work on your courage for good. So just watch out a little bit, make sure you are staying healthy and out of any risk during the month of July. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Leo or moon in Leo, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this would be a Virgo. Now for you, the first appearance of the moon is right on your 11th house. I think that this is benevolent. This can give attention on social circles, plans, gains, because Jupiter creates sextile, Saturn is creating trine aspects, so this is fine. And the sun rules you, so on your 11th house, the sun will give you very good energy for new ideas, for new projects, for friendships, and this is fine. The retrograde motion of Saturn on your 7th house would say can work differently. If Saturn is very well placed in your horoscope, this will be benevolent. If he is not so well placed in your horoscope, watch out a little bit for agreements, for your romantic life, for your marriage, for your relationship, even for your business. Watch out a little bit. Saturn can help you to slow down, to resolve, to revisit old administrative, financial matters, to revisit your relationship to make things better, resolve the peace, bring peace in your romantic life. So this can be fine. Jupiter on your ninth house will support your travel, media, communication with people abroad, studies. So this will be very, very good. Be a little bit careful for your health. Be a bit more responsible for your health and well, for your sleep. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Virgo or moon in Virgo, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Libra. Now for you, the appearance of the moon for this lunar month happened on your 10th house. This is indeed emphasis on your career, on your highest goals. This is in a very good way aspected by the retrograde Saturn, who will help you resolve peace in your routine, everyday environment, who will be helpful for you to find health solution for health challenges. Watch out a little bit when you make financial decisions. Make sure you make them in a very balanced, harmonious way. Make sure you have peace with your friends. Be a little bit more attentive with children in July. Jupiter will help you in terms of finances from unexpected sources, will help you when it comes to finances of a partner. So, and will support your career as well. So I think your career place will be fine financially too. Just watch out how you make financial decisions, how you communicate with friends, and be a bit more attentive with children. And now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Libra or moon in Libra, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this is Scorpio. Now for you, Venus is a little bit weak. This will be the case with Mars. This can make you a bit overly emotional. Watch out a little bit in your career place, because this can bring a bit confusion, extreme emotions with your romantic life, even though Jupiter is supporting very much your magic, marriage, romantic life, business. So Jupiter has a good role, but still, when your ascendant ruler is in this specific situation, be a little bit cautious. Also be cautious how you communicate with superior. Now the moon appeared on your ninth house. This is great. She's trined by Saturn, sexed out by Jupiter. She appeared on your ninth house to support media work, to support travel, to support communication, to support studies. Saturn is turning retrograde on your fifth house to support creative activities, revisiting talented work. He can be very, very great. He can give you very good results when it comes to what I just listed. Just of course depends how he is positioned in your horoscope. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Scorpio or moon in Scorpio, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Sagittarius. Now for you, the first appearance of the moon took place actually on your 8th house. The sun also is will be on your 8th house. Now this is quite benevolent and is emphasizing for knowledge, searching for the true knowledge, researching your code, researching esoteric knowledge. Could be benevolent and could emphasize on money via business, partnerships, money via unexpected sources. This could be interesting. Saturn retrograding on your 4th house can make you revisit communication, relationship with parents, matters which are related to property, real estate, rearranging your house, rearranging your property, rearranging even own accountancy, bookkeeping, business, all for good. Now, Jupiter on your 6th house, participating in this double sextile out towards Saturn, towards the sun and the moon, is very benevolent to help you restore health, to help you bring peace in your everyday routine environment. So this can be very benevolent. Now Mars is a little bit weak. Not really weak, actually. Mars is in a bit delicate situation, you know, in Cancer. So watch out how you travel, how you communicate, when you study, which choices of study and education you make. Make sure that you are on the safe side in terms of travel and communication. And now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Sagittarius or moon in Sagittarius, or if you're using the modern tropical astrology, this would be Capricorn. Now your ascendant ruler is brilliantly positioned for you in the lucky 5th house to give you enlightenment, pleasure, opportunities to have the muse, to do talented work, to support your children. So this is very good, actually. Jupiter receives harmonious aspect from Saturn, who, if especially well placed in your horoscope, can be very benevolent for revisiting, because he's retrograde, relationship with brothers and sisters to solve them, revisiting studies to complete them, negotiations, even travel. Visiting locations which you wanted to visit, but you didn't for a very long time. Now, watch out a little bit because of the position of Mars, you know, and Venus on your 8th house, especially when it comes to financial decisions, which are related to partnerships, to unexpected money sources. Financially, you may need to watch out a little bit. But in general, Jupiter is in a very lucky position for you, and the month should be looking well. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Capricorn or moon in Capricorn, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Aquarius. Now, with the placements of Mars and Venus, we need to be a little bit cautious, diplomatic, patient, intuitive, loving with your partner, also in business, with your business partners. Also, when it comes to making important decisions, watch out a little bit. Make sure that you are on the safe side. Don't take risks. Don't participate in disputes if you can. Now, Saturn and Jupiter make good sextile for you, which can be benevolent for property, home, money. So this is fine. And the first appearance of the moon, which participates in this double sextile, is on your 6th house to give you knowledge, to give you knowledge on how to treat certain health condition, let's say, to help you support the peace in your routine environment, to bring peace when it comes to dispute or argument. So this is fine. The retrograde motion of Saturn, who rules you on your 2nd house, can be fine for revisiting financial matters. Solving old financial matters can help you when it comes to solving matters with family members. And the placement of Jupiter is good for you too. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Aquarius or moon in Aquarius, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Pisces. Your ruler Saturn is on your ascendant, and he just turned retrograde, and he seems to be a little bit more benevolent when retrograde. Now he slowed down for you to help you realize what you really want, what your plans are, to help you revisit your ideas, plans, everything that you want for yourself. Also, he can be very benevolent because Jupiter also makes sextile. Sun and the first appearance of the moon create trine towards your ascendant ruler. So this is benevolent in multiple ways. On one way, benevolent for communication, study, travel, negotiations, bringing peace if you need. When it comes to relationship with brothers and sisters, this can be benevolent for your children, for studies, for creative work, for gains. This can be bring lucky opportunities also when it comes to gains and children and talented work, creativity. Now, a little bit you need to watch out for your health, and also in your routine environment that you have peace, that there are no disputes, that everything is peaceful. This is due to the placement of Mars. And now we're looking at people who have ascendant Pisces or moon in Pisces, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Aries. Now Jupiter is your ascendant ruler. He is very well positioned in your second house, good for your finances because of the aspect of Saturn too, good to resolve disputes or issues with hidden enemies, let's say, good for you to solve health issues and challenges. Also, watch out a little bit for your sleep. Depends on how Saturn is placed in your horoscope, but you may need to be responsible and disciplined when it comes to your health. Now the appearance of the moon in Gemini, your fourth house, can be benevolent because of the good aspect of Jupiter and Saturn when it comes to properties, arrangement of your bookkeeping, fixing relationship with parents, arranging your house. So this, in this sense, this can be benevolent. Be a little bit more attentive when it comes to children, and be careful with friends, and make sure that you make the right financial choices and choices of knowledge, studies, and education. But most important is that your ascendant ruler is powerfully placed in Aries, where he feels comfortable because there he has some dignities. So this was about the 12 ascendants, Wada.
Thank you so much, Krasi, for the quick update. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Again, if you'd like to contact Krasi, she's offering a really good discount on 12-month reading with her life. I'm putting a link below. And I hope you have all a great July ahead.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.